Orson Welles directed, wrote, produced, and starred in. This true auteur movie from the early 40s. In a huge castle, its master, powerful media mogul, politician, multimillionaire Charles Foster Kane, dies.
Last week, Xanadu's landlord was laid to rest.
Rosebud.
His last words spoken were, Rosebud. He owned his chain of stores, paper mills, construction complex, factories, built sea liners, owned the lumber industry, owned a gold empire.
Papers took no stand. No public man whom Kane...
He became a true American legend.
Young man, I'm an American. Always been an American. And anything else? And I was...
He was raised by his mother, Mary Kane. In 1868, for unknown reasons, they got the abandoned Colorado loot mine. Charles Guardian, Mr. Thatcher, went before Congress and called Charles Kane a true communist. Kane was also called a fascist who was a threat to all mankind.
What he has always been, and always will be, a fascist.
There was another opinion. He had accomplished a lot in the years from 1895 to 1941. Kane wanted America to enter one war and was very much opposed to a second war. He was a candidate for governor. He was the voice of all America. For more than 40 years, Kane owned famous publications. But he had many more enemies than friends. First he was supported, then he was reviled.
Advancement is, in fact, nothing more or less than a communist.
Kane's private life was in the public domain. Twice married, twice divorced. His first wife, Emily Norton, niece of the President of America, left him in 1916. Died in an automobile accident in 1918 with her son. 2 weeks after the divorce, Kane married Susan Alexander. She was a singer. Kane began building an opera house for his second wife. They divorced with construction unfinished. Kane was a shaper of public opinion. Kane's newspaper publishing was very strong. In 1916, as an independent candidate for governor, he was trying to make his political career.
Independent poll shows that I'll be elected.
He had certain forces of influence behind him. But a week before the election, a dirty campaign was waged against him. He was stomped down with mud, disgraced. Kane's political career seemed only a ghostly hope. 1929. In the first year of the Great Depression, Kane's newspaper publishers closed. 1935. Kane returned from Europe where he met with the leaders of England, France, Germany, and Italy. Kane declared that there would be no war. After his death, journalists tried to solve the mystery of Charles Kane's last word by researching Kane's childhood, life, and career.
He sat on Earth. Maybe he told us all about himself on his deathbed.
Yeah, and maybe he didn't. Maybe it was always...
They interview everyone who was ever close to Kane.
This is Mr. Thatcher, Charles. Hello.
How do you do, Charles?
You again, Mr. Thompson. Yes. Of the conditions under which you may inspect certain portions.
Is that really your idea of how to run a newspaper?
I don't know.
As a child, Charles was sent by his mother to the Thatcher banking house in New York City for an education.
Because I'm into some money. If I want it, I can go to court. My father has a right to.
Go on, Mr. Thatcher.
Reporter Mr. Thompson came to speak with Kane's second wife, Susan, who was addicted to alcohol.
Get out!
Sorry.
She rudely chased him away. The reporter was also able to examine Mr. Thatcher's diaries, from which it was clear that Charles Kane was an outstanding personality, a talented organizer, who multiplied his wealth but was also very wasteful, buying up museum treasures and antiques in Europe. As a result, Mr. Thatcher declared Kane a true communist.
Is, in fact, nothing more or less than a communist.
Mr. Thatcher took Charles to New York in 1871.
I beg your pardon, sir? What did you say?
There was also a meeting with Mr. Bernstein, Kane's former manager of the Inquirer newspaper.
Well, you're pretty young, Mr. Thompson. All you want is to make a lot of money.
His phrase, "You don't have to be God to make a lot of money," referred to Mr. Thatcher, who thought only of money and never understood Charles Kane.
We'll be on the street soon, Charlie. Another 10 minutes.
Understanding. Thank you so much, Mr. Carter, and goodbye.
Mr. Bernstein referred Thompson to Mr. Leland.
On the human race, memory. I was his oldest friend.
Thompson was able to meet with Charles Kane's friend and former business partner in the nursing home, writer Jedediah Leland, who detailed the political side of Kane's life, his affair with Susan, and his political death after publishing about the affair.
I can't.
Yes, you are. You're very, very beautiful.
I've never been to six parties in one night
Extremely
in my
beautiful.
whole life.
Well, after the first couple of months, she and Charlie didn't see much of each other.
People will think.
What I tell them to think.
It was a marriage just like any other marriage.
Kane separated from his first wife.
That's all he really wanted out of life was love.
Said if you wanted some hot water, could get you some.
I'm wiggling both my ears at the same time. I run a couple of newspapers. What do you do?
Me? No, I wanted to be a singer, I guess.
Would you sing for me?
Oh, you wouldn't want to hear me sing.
Yeah.
After 2 weeks married Susan, he began building an opera house for her.
No, 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 no.
Alexander!
No, 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 no.
Friend, don't write that kind of review.
After a devastating
Oh,
article
he's on the
written
paper.
by Leland in their joint newspaper about Susan's lack of talent, Charles fired his friend.
You will continue with your singing.
Thompson's repeat visit to Susan proved more successful. Her life in the palace was like captivity in a golden cage.
Go crazy in this dump. Nobody to talk to, nobody to have any fun with.
She was Kane's complete property, and their relationship was already devastated.
Whatever I do because I love you.
You don't love me.
She found the willpower to leave Charles Kane and break off the relationship completely. Her departure shocked Kane. Kane grew old alone in his palace. He rarely had visitors. There were no photo ops. The emperor continued to destroy his empire. In the finale, a special commission makes an inventory of old Charles Kane's vast property. But no one ever understood the meaning of Kane's last words, Rosebud.